Humans have spent decades and centuries researching the world around us and developing new ways of managing our planet, our resources, and our societies. However, we've only begun to scratch the surface. Things like archaeology, medicine, and space travel have revealed a lot about our own bodies, minds, and cultures that we would have never known otherwise. Though, with every answer found, more questions arise. There's still a lot about our world that we don't know. Every day, new puzzles and questions emerge that leave scientists and researchers baffled. Secrets, both big and small, are still begging to be understood. And today we'll discuss several unsolved mysteries that still need an explanation. But before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos. The Fiji Mermaid. The tales of mermaids have been passed down for hundreds of years. It seems like the stories of mermaids living in the sea have made their way across every continent in the world and have been passed down through nearly every civilization since the dawn of man. But how did these theories and wild stories come to be? Is it possible mermaids really did exist hundreds of years ago? The truth is, we may never know for sure. However, in Fiji, there has been a skeleton of a supposed mermaid that has led many people to wonder if these strange sea creatures did exist at some point. In modern times, mermaids are considered to be friendly, half-human, half-fish hybrids that swim around in the sea making friends with fish and other deep-sea creatures. But this is merely the plot of a Disney fairy tale. In reality, these creatures were historically depicted as being vicious, savage murderers who would prey on innocent fishermen, luring them into the waters and feasting upon them, or worse. They share a lot of history with sirens, although they're obviously two different creatures. Taking things back to Fiji, a skeleton was found back in the 19th century that many people claim could be evidence of a real mermaid. The skeleton was originally purchased by Japanese sailors, but several copies have been made over the years, leading many people to think that the original skeleton may have been fake as well. While we don't know what happened to the original, tales and written history seem to indicate that top-level researchers at the time were convinced that the skeleton truly did belong to a mermaid, or at least to some sort of undiscovered sea creature. Since the original skeleton has been lost over the years, we may never know if it was real or fake. But it seems like many people in the 1800s truly believed this skeleton was the real deal. Forrest Fenn's treasure. The story of Forrest Fenn is shrouded in mystery, but many people believe his tales to be true and claim that this man buried a treasure worth millions of dollars that has yet to be found. Or has it? A man by the name of Forrest Fenn found out that he was going to die of cancer. He didn't want to let this disease claim his life without giving his friends, family, and followers one last adventure, though. Forrest was known for being a wealthy man, and it was said that he had tons of antiques, jewels, and treasures that he had collected over the years. Not wanting to leave this earth without leaving behind an amazing legacy, he devised a plan to bury a treasure and leave behind clues about where it may be located. He released a series of clues, hints, and poems that would direct people to the treasure, but it seemed like all hope was nearly lost, as no one was able to find it. Countless people spent years searching for it, and some people even lost their lives along the way. Some people were beginning to wonder if the entire story could have been made up, but Forrest insisted the treasure was real. In a shocking turn of events, Forrest managed to survive his cancer, and he was by all means cured. However, he still refused to announce the location of the treasure. It was rumored that the treasure was buried somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, and it seems like this was correct. In June of 2020, it was revealed that the treasure had been found, yet the finder wanted to remain anonymous. We still don't know for sure what was inside of this buried treasure chest, and Forrest Fenn passed away a few months after it was found at the age of 90. Because of this, it's unlikely we'll ever know what was inside. But thankfully, Forrest was able to live out his final wishes before he left this earth. The Heslington Brain. This is certainly one of the most interesting finds in modern history, but there's so much mystery surrounding it that still needs to be explained. In the town of Heslington in the UK, archaeologists have spent years investigating the history of the area and documenting life as it would have taken place hundreds of years ago. While investigating a site, researchers came across a settlement that was estimated to have been around 2,000 to 3,000 years old. The team found countless artifacts and rarities that blew their minds. But one item in particular may change the course of human history at some point in the future. The team found a fully preserved human brain. According to analysis, the brain is said to be at least 2,600 years old. If this is true, it would make it the oldest preserved human organ ever found. It's also the oldest investigatable brain in the world. They soon found out that the brain belonged to a man who had been hanged, and his head was removed a short while later, though why his brain was preserved remains a mystery. His body was also very well preserved, yet again, we don't know why. Investigations are still ongoing that may help explain why this man was treated in such an interesting way, but at the moment, we have no idea why his brain would have been preserved. What makes this situation so interesting is that scientists have been working very hard to try to recover memories from humans, and they've been making great strides in doing so. As recently as March of 2020, scientists have made major improvements in their ability to monitor brain activity when a person is recalling memories. If they are eventually able to perfect this method, they may be able to view the memories of a person who has since passed on, assuming their brain has been preserved well enough. If this technology is eventually figured out, we may be able to use this brain to get a glimpse into the life of this person who may have lived 2,600 years ago. Technology like this is likely still decades, maybe even centuries away from being useful. However, it's still fascinating to think about the memories that this brain may hold. What lies beneath Stonehenge? We're all aware of Stonehenge and the many mysteries that surround it. For the most part, we have no idea what this area could have been used for. By all means, it seems to have served some sort of spiritual significance, but we just don't know for sure. On top of this, we don't fully understand how ancient humans would have been able to build such an amazing structure using such large rocks. Were there advanced technologies and machinery that we simply don't have access to anymore? The world may never know. However, what's truly baffling about Stonehenge is what lies beneath it. In more recent years, researchers have found several artifacts that seem to have been buried beneath the soil of Stonehenge. They have reason to believe that countless other relics, stones, and maybe more structures are waiting to be discovered beneath the soil, but researchers are waiting to be given permission to excavate the area. What makes this even more interesting is that some researchers claim to have evidence of an advanced tunnel system that could be found beneath Stonehenge, meaning there could be an entire city underneath that's waiting to be discovered. There seem to be pits, tunnels, and other fragments of an ancient civilization all throughout the area, but digging at Stonehenge is strictly forbidden, as the locals don't want to disturb these landmarks. To be perfectly honest, it's unlikely we'll ever truly know what lies beneath Stonehenge. The possibility of being able to dig in this area in the future is virtually non-existent. But it's amazing to wonder what secrets could be lying beneath this incredible structure that could change the way we look at ancient human civilizations and maybe even the world around us. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. This is an object that has baffled researchers for so many years, and the Baltic Sea Anomaly has yet to be fully explained or photographed. This is the name of an extremely strange object that is rumored to be anything from a Nazi submarine to a crashed UFO. We just don't know for sure. Though there is another possibility that it's nothing more than a big rock or meteor that could have crashed into the Earth many years ago. There's still a lot of research that needs to be done before we can know for sure. The object seems to be shaped like a disc and almost looks like a flying aircraft from the Star Wars series. Though, if it does happen to be an aircraft, it's safe to say that it's no longer functional. It's located deep beneath the water's surface and looks to have made an impact with the Earth and slid a few hundred feet over the years, likely due to movement of the water or the sand beneath it. A group of Swedish researchers investigated the object somewhere around 2012 and concluded that it was, in fact, just a rock. Though there have only been a few photographs released, and several online sleuths are still questioning how realistic it would be for a rock like this to form naturally over time. If it's a simple rock, many people wonder if its odd shape could have been carved by humans many years ago. The scientific community has yet to officially accept this answer as true. This is because the rock did not have a layer of silt on it, which should have been the case if it had been at the bottom of the Baltic Sea for thousands of years. So, if this is a simple rock, it would have only been put there a few years ago. But there's obviously no record of such a thing happening. This leads a lot of people to wonder if there could be much more to this anomaly than meets the eye. On top of this, the object is estimated to be about 196 feet wide and is covered in many different lines and boxes that seem to serve some kind of purpose. It's also being slightly lifted off the ground by a 26-foot pillar. This has led a lot of people to wonder if it could be some sort of monument, but again, we just don't know for sure. To this day, we have no idea what this large structure may be. It may be simply a rock, but judging by the photographs, the UFO theory is highly convincing. As much as we've made great strides in recent years to better understand the world around us, it remains clear that there are several mysteries that we simply cannot solve. The world is a vast, mysterious place, and it's filled with more mysteries than we may ever know. Whether these mysteries give us a better understanding of ancient humanity, or they change the course of history, there's a lot we have to learn about our world that may never be fully understood.